Hello everyone, welcome to this really quick tutorial on how to use Wiggly inside of Blender. In my case I'm using Blender 4.3, but this works up till down to 3.5 I believe. The add-on itself speaks for itself, so it's going to be quite a short one, but I just wanted to showcase what you can do with Wiggly. First of all, let's install the add-on itself by going into Edit and then Preferences, and from here we can press Install from Disk, going to the folder where you have the Wiggly Python file, clicking it and pressing Install from Disk. And now it should be installed in your current version of Blender by, if the checkbox is checked over here, then it should work. Let's click that away. And now let's make this little guy wiggle. So the Wiggly will be inside of your end panel over here that you can open up with the N key. And what we can do is press Create Lattice to start adding our animation. Now this lattice should automatically kind of fit the size of your object. This is depending if the origin of your mesh is like exactly in the center of your object. But the scaling should be about the same, so maybe sometimes you would have to move up or down just a little bit if you want to have this exactly positioned inside around your object. Now what we can do is set the lattice resolution. Oh, actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna make it move first, because that's fun. Press Add Noise Animation all the way at the bottom. And if we press play now, it already starts moving around. What we can do, we can add a little bit more detail to our movement by adding, highering the resolution of the lattice, which we can do live, as you can see. So we can change all the values here for the X, Y, and Z, or the UV, W values of the lattice. And they should automatically update the lattice itself. But for now, maybe it's nice to put this onto maybe something like 5. That sounds good. All right. Now we have a lot of options how we can modify our movement a bit. First of all, we can change the intensity of our animation. So if we higher the noise intensity over here, you can see that it starts moving. The points of the lattice can move a lot further, just depending on the value that you put in here. And you can go quite far. So feel free to see what you like. Let's put it to 2.2 for now. But we can change the noise intensity depending, or like we can make it higher on one of the XYZ values over here. So for example, if we only want to show or have more motion on the X, we can do the higher the noise intensity X value, or Y of course, so it goes into the Y axis, or Z to make it go up and down like that. For now, let's just turn this back off so we go back to the noise intensity value. Another option that's very handy is the noise speed. Well, it speaks for itself. We can make it go a lot faster, or we can make it go very slow, depending on your preference. Another function we have, because maybe you don't like this specific type of noise, well, we have unlimited amount of noise because we have a noise seed generator here, so we can just generate it. We can just change this noise seed over here to find another type of movement that fits what you like the most in the animation. Now you might also notice that the whole animation is looping already, and that's because we put in a value in here, the loop duration value, and if this matches with your frame range, then it should just loop. But we can also decide to, for example, divide this number by maybe like 5 by putting in 50, and that means that it loops every 50 frames within those 250 frames. And of course the speed will go up, so you can also lower the speed if you want to make it move less quick. But for now, let's put this back to 250. Another super handy function that we have is the gradient controls, and this will allow you to have the gradient only be applied to certain points within the lattice. So if I do it, for example, in the Z gradients, so now it's already set to 0.5, we can go from top to bottom, as you can see. So you can see that the points start moving in a gradient-like manner up and down, or we can do it in reverse as well. So you can maybe only have the bottom lattice points move, and this also goes for the other directions as well. So we can do it from the back over here, or we can do it just from the front. the X, of course, which will, in my case, work for the left and the right side of our little guy called Wiggly Will over here. You can also just decide to remove the animation again. If you don't want it anymore, this will just remove it completely, reset the lattice. But if you press add noise again, it should use the values that you put in here. In my case, this is also maybe good to know. You can see that our object just has the lattice applied, has the lattice modifier on top of it. If you have an object that doesn't have joined meshes like mine has, you could also choose to not join them, but just making sure that they have the same lattice modifier applied to them. So it uses the same lattice, and this way it should also all move in the same manner. I mean, that was basically it. I would love to see what everyone is able to create with Wiggly over here. And yeah, have fun wiggling about. Bye bye.